So guys, today's uh, topic is partner determination. So Ijaz, can you switch off your video? Okay, I'll stop it. Yeah, that's okay, right? So in last session, we have seen how to create a customer number that is called customer master record. So as you know, customer names are not enough to handle a transaction in SAP. So we will give him a number that is called partner number also. But this partner is a customer, correct? So when you take a customer can have multiple partners. Let's say in last class we have created a customer. Yeah. So what is that customer number? Let me find it out using a table. So customer numbers are stored in a table called ANA1. So I don't have customer number. So what I'm doing, I am taking out from database because when I save customer number, it would have stored in database. I'll go with created on date, ERDAT. I know when I created it, so I'll take so 1st January 2021 to today's date. Let's say 31st. I'll give 04/2021. Okay, just leave it. Take it from the format. It is not taking the format correctly. So it says 9/4. I'll take it from 9/3 instead 4. Okay, now here today's date. 3. So it will give list of customers created from 9th March 2021 to 3rd April 2021. Let's execute to display the list. So this is the customer I have created yesterday. You see here with name Prasad, right? You can search this also, no worries. I'll say Control Y, copy text. It is 301140. Let's remember that. 302 301140. 301140. And I know my company code 1005 1005 05 distribution channel and 05 division. So this is my customer number. So when I create a customer, there is a tab called partner functions here. What does this partner functions tab store? This stores the information of all partners which are relevant for this customer. Let's say this is a main customer number. If you go to sales area data, you can see partner functions here. There is a tab called partner functions. So you have sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer. These are mandatory partner functions to run a standard sales cycle. So if you take standard sales cycle, you will have inquiry, quotation, order, delivery, billing, correct? So if you want to create a sales order or inquiry or quotation, sold to party is mandatory. If you want to create a delivery, you have to have a ship to party because delivery challan is printed on the name of ship to party and delivery is to the ship to party because ship to party means to whom we send goods, to whom we are shipping goods, right? Then, so bill to party is required to create billing documents, invoices. That is the last step. And the final step of OTC process is payment. that is handled by finance team. Now, if you have a payer, then only system can allow postings into this sales cycle. So to clear the payments, you need payer. So these are mandatory partner functions for because of these reasons, these activities in standard OTC. Okay, now, so just remember, you have 4 mandatory partner functions for a customer. They are sold to party, this is sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer. Okay, SP is partner function. The identification of sold to party is SP is code. BP is code to identify bill to party. PY is code for identifying payer. SH is code for identifying ship to party. So that is introduction of your partner functions. Now, if you observe clearly, I have not entered these values manually. Okay, I have come to this point and this tab, and we made several changes till billing document tab. But when I see these partner functions, I did not reach to these partner functions tab, and I have not added anything here. So once I save customer number, this is customer number, right? Once I save it in XD01, whatever the number system generates for this customer master record, that is assigned to all partner functions. That means, though you create a customer number, if you don't have partner functions, okay, this customer cannot be used in sales processing, sales order processing. Okay, so if you see here, you are assigning partner roles or functions for this customer. Yes, this customer can be used as sold to party. That means you can create orders for this customer. So the same customer can be used as bill to party. Yes, you can create billing documents also for this customer. Okay, and you have payer here. You can also create, you can also pay amount. There is no separate partner function required. He can act as sold to party, bill to party, payer, and ship to party. So this guy got all the authorizations or all the functionalities like sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer. Okay, you can assign a different ship to party as well. So customer can be one number, your ship to party can be one number. Your sold to party cannot be other number. Customer and sold to party should be same. That is why the setting here is you cannot edit. Let's say I can edit ship to party to 39, the previous number. That is not available, but still, if you have a number with 39, you can assign that, because there in real scenarios there are chances of having a different ship to party. Correct. So let's say, for an example, Prasad is customer. He wanted to ship goods to Ganesh. That means his ship to party is Ganesh. What I do here, I go and create another customer number by copying this customer. I go to XD01. Let's see how I can copy that. Okay, I go to XD01 transaction. So, which is my customer? This is my customer. I copy this number as reference. I use this as reference. I need to copy data from company code 1005, sales organization 1005. So these are existing details of this customer. So what I'm doing here, I am creating a new customer who should act as ship to party for Prasad. That is the reason I'm copying all features from Prasad. So now I'm copying data from customer 301140, that is Prasad, and he is created for company code 1005, sales org 1005, distribution channel 05, and division 05. And if this customer exists in Prasad exists in these org units, and his ship to party should also exist in same org units. That is the reason I have given this company code as same and sales area also same. And I don't have to give number here because it picks automatically. So I'm just going to copy Prasad into a different number. But here what I'll say Mr. Ganesh. And search term I'll give Prasad. Okay. So here the main customer is Prasad here and the ship to party is Ganesh. And I'm just linking with description. This is how you can use extra fields. This is one of the cases as which can be used as the search term. Okay. Now I don't have to maintain all details here because system would have been copying this existing information from the old customer, that is Prasad. So only thing I can do is go to company code data, check if all the values are copied. See, 1,40,000, which is a required field, is copied here. And payment terms, yes, it is copied. Go to sales area data, see all these values are copied. Only thing you have to do is you have to maintain tax classifications because tax information will be specific to customer. Prasad and Ganesh cannot have same tax classifications, though they belong to same business. Okay. So though they are same, you have to maintain it manually here. System cannot copy tax information because there are chances of having different values. That is the reason it won't copy. You have to monitor and maintain it manually. Okay. Now, if you go here, these all are set to internal. Once you save it, whatever the number system creates for this customer will be assigned to all these partner functions. Let's wait for generating the number. Yeah, see, I have a number called 301145. Okay. Now, if you are observing properly, if you are focusing, if your mind is really present here, you can ask a question here by seeing the number. Okay, so I have a number called 301145. So I want to make this guy as ship to party. Okay, this did not save. Okay, it is available. Let's see if it is available in database. Yes, it is available. That's okay. Okay. I'll go to HD02. I'll open original customer Prasad. This guy is here. I already opened him here. So I'll make the new number as ship to party here. See. Now for Prasad, Ganesh is ship to party. So you can ask one more question here. Can I have two ship to parties for a sold to party? Yes. You can have Prasad as default ship to party and Ganesh is also a ship to party. Now and then Ganesh will receive goods and few sales orders can be received by Ganesh and few are few for Prasad. Okay. Now you have an option called default here. See here, when you have multiple partners, sold to party can be unique. Only one sold to party should be allowed here. Okay. You can have multiple bill to parties, multiple payers, multiple ship to parties. Let's say I have 5 ship to parties for this Prasad customer, and in his recent purchase order, ordering for few laptops, he did not send a specific ship to party. So the one who is creating sales order, the order entry clerk, cannot identify to which ship to party he has to send goods, which ship to party he has to maintain in sales order. There is a question, right? Then if I select a default checkbox. Let's say I selected default checkbox. See, this is D means default. So default means whenever customer misses to maintain ship to party in purchase orders, then by default you have to send goods to the one who is marked as default here. That is the use of this default option. Okay, clear? This is what introduction of partner functions in SAP SD, sales and distribution, particularly to say. Okay, so the question what you were supposed to ask is why system is not generating numbers continuously. So the last customer was 40 and now it is 45. Why it is 45? There are 4 numbers gap. If you open 41 here, you can't see 41 record. That is not created. So this is a technical glitch within SAP system that is called number range buffering. So for unknown reasons, it generates numbers. It jumps to the 4 numbers or 5 numbers. Sometimes when you initially create, objects, it happens for sales orders. It happens for customer numbers. It happens for other documents also. But in later versions, it has been fixed. This is very old version. I think the version what we use here is ECC 6 or EHP 6, I guess. Okay, this has been taken care in the later versions through updates. So do not worry about that. This question will never arise. Okay, if any interviewer asks you a question on this, then you can use that buffering word. It is because of number range buffering mechanism. It has been fixed in later versions. That would be your answer. Okay. Yeah. So the one more point to discuss here is how did you get these numbers generated automatically? If these numbers are created automatically, there should be something, a mechanism running or happening at the time of creating customer number, right? Yes, that is called your partner determination. So to generate these numbers automatically, you have to use a technique, I can say a configuration setting called partner determination. So through partner determination, you can assign these functions, mandatory functions to sales customer master. So let's talk about partner determination now. Okay. So this is an important topic and also mandatory topic for sales and distribution. Partner determination. So this partner determination, to understand this completely, you have to work on 2 subsets. One is prerequisites. Prerequisites of partner determination. These include define customer account groups. So this is where your core SD configuration starts, guys. Okay, focus. This is very confusing topic. If you don't focus well, then you have to work on multiple times to understand this. If you listen carefully now, then it will be easy thing. So define a customer account group. We use a T code called OBD2 for this. OBD2, and this is FI configuration, financial accounting configuration. And most of the times FI guys would configure it if there is a specific request ask to create it, then we can do it. This is purely an SD object, but FI guys will create it. If you see here, for us it is a customer number. I am saying customer account group here, customer account group. So for me, for a sales guy, it is a customer number. For finance guy, that is an account. Okay, the customer number will become as a account, customer account for finance, because all your values will be stored under this number. Let's talk about that later. We'll talk about prerequisites now. Define customer account group, first step. Then define number ranges for customer account group. Then assign number ranges for customer account group. Okay, these are the prerequisites, and we'll go to core configuration of PDP. After prerequisites configuration, you have to enter into partner determination. Okay, so this involves 5 steps. First one is define partner functions. Okay, we call partner functions in short as PM. Okay, and okay, then next step is assign account to partner functions. So PF. Then define partner determination procedure. So partner determination in short can be called as PDP. Then the next step is place partner functions in PDP. Okay. Then final step is assign PDP to group. So these are the 5 steps which you perform in partner determination. Okay. So you use a transaction code called VOPAN for creating partner determination. I mean, to determine partners. Okay, all these 5 steps will be under this VOPN transaction code, but I'll be taking you to this place through navigation. To remember this transaction code, just follow this. Okay, then each of these tasks will have dedicated transaction codes. So define customer account groups, use OBD2, then XDN1 for creating customer number, I mean number ranges for customer master or account group. Then this is OBAR. OBAR for assigning number ranges to customer account group. Okay. So these are the prerequisites, 3 steps. Then the main partner determination will have 5 steps. We'll just quickly configure all these steps now and see if we are able to create customers with this new configuration. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to SAP now. I'll choose another screen. I'll go to OBD. Okay. Yeah. So this is the transaction code. This is how it looks. So what you do, you simply go to new entries here, create a account group. Let's say to remember easily, I'll use again 1005 as my account group. Then you can see a name here. Type in a name which is suitable for, which suits as a good description for this account group. I can say 1005 account group. Okay. There is a checkbox called one-time account. I'll explain the functionality of this box later once we finish this partner determination. For now, do not check it. Okay. Then there is a specific use of these tabs: general data, company code data, sales data. Wait for that. We will talk about these sections after completing our partner determination. So after entering name, giving the description of customer account group, save it. So since this is a configuration change, that means customization change, in SPRO menu, you get a pop-up of TR. Just accept it, continue. So my account group is created. So that is OBD2. Now I'm going to transaction code called XDN1 to create number ranges for my customer master. I don't want to use the existing number range. I will go with my own number range. I create an interval here. So like this, once you open XDN1, you will see options like this. Then this is for displaying intervals, this is for status display, and this is for creating new intervals. Wherever you see pencil button, pencil mark, that is change. Wherever you see this specs button, that is display. Just remember it. Okay, now once you click on the pencil change option, then you will see numbers like this. These are number range identifiers. Then this is the range which will be used. So currently I am using a number range. Where is that? This one. This is the number range which we are using now. Okay. So the next number will be, if I create customer number with old settings, old configuration, the next customer number would be 49. Okay. Yes. Now what I'll do, I'll create a new interval by copying this. Okay. Let me copy this selection. Okay, what number we can give here is, okay, I'll click on this. I can say T1 because, okay, I can say T1 here, with which I can identify my number range easily. Then I'm copying. Okay, sorry, I did a mistake here. I'll just copy as it is. Now I'll change this as to here. Now instead of 3, I'll make it as 5 because this number is already used. This range is already used. 4 range is also used, but 5 is not used. I have seen it earlier. You have to enter number range which does not exist now in the system. Let's, after modifying it, just press enter. If this number range is already available, then it throws an error. So it is taken. That means this number is not available in database. There is no overlapping. Okay. So this number does not exist in any of the above number ranges. That is the reason it is accepting. If this number is already covered in any previous number ranges, then you would have received a message saying number overlap. Number range overlaps with other number range. So just try to enter different numbers. So since it is not overlapping, it is allowing me. Now I am saving it. Continue. This is a information message. Now I have created a number range called T1. Now I'll go to a T code called OBAR. So here it will display all account groups. You see, all old account groups are assigned to a number range. But if you find your account group, 005 1005. So it is blank. Number range is not assigned yet. So let's enter T1 here. That is what my new number range, right? Save it now. Yes. So this is prerequisites. Okay. Let's quickly go to SPRO. Sorry, VOPAN, which is partner determination. Okay, select customer, go to change. I'll quickly walk through the settings. Then after end of the session, we will in new meeting today itself, we will talk about the functionalities. Okay. Now, so here, first this arrangement will be not in proper manner as I explained step by step, right? These steps are not in the sequence what I have told you in the document. So partner functions, this is first step. Here, you should not use any new partner functions. You have to use only sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, SP, SH, BP, PY. So if you use any new, if you copy this, let's say sold to party and create a new partner function like ZP or XP or something, it won't work. So you have to use mandatorily standard partner functions. You should not use copied partner functions. If you copy and use partner functions, then your sales order creation program will not accept them. It cannot read them. This is one more technical problem. I don't know why SAP has not addressed this yet. Even in later versions, it is not addressed. Okay, let's talk about that later. Now I'll be using sold to party SP, ship to party SH, bill to party BY, payer PY, BP, payer PY for my partner functions. So first step, I don't have to do anything. I'll be using standard partner functions. Second step is account groups and function assignment. This is what second step, where you go to new entries and your partner functions are SP, SH, BP, PY. Now I'll assign my account group which I just created 1005 for all partner functions. 1005, 1005. Okay. So actually you get a warning message here, that is information message, choose key from the allowed namespace, because it has length of 4 characters, but I am giving only 2. That's the reason it is displaying warning message. Just ignore it. So that's it. I have assigned my account group to partner functions. Next step is partner determination procedure. That is first in the screen. What I do here, I create a new partner determination procedure, that is PDP. So I'll give 1005 as my PDP. I'm using unique name, the same name I can say. So Tata PDP. So now, fourth step is placing partner functions in partner determination procedure. So it will be little confusing. Once you create a partner determination procedure, just select that and click on partner functions in procedure. That means you are placing partner functions in PDP. Click here, double click that this option after selecting PDP. So you will see a grayed out screen here because you don't have any partner functions assigned for this PDP. You go to new entries, now it will display. So here, this is your PDP, partner determination procedure 1005, and you have to assign all your mandatory partner functions. Sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer. Now, so just select these options now. For now, as I said here, this is mandatory field. This is not modifiable field. This is the field, in fact, which helps to generate numbers automatically in partner functions tab of customer. We'll talk about that later. We quickly finish this configuration. Yes, I have saved it. Check how much time I have. 3 minutes. Hope I can finish it in 3 minutes. So the next step, the fifth step is partner determination procedure assignment. That means you have to assign partner determination procedure to account group. So my account group is 1005. So it is blank now. Partner determination procedure is not assigned. So I'll assign it here. So this is end of the partner determination settings configuration. Now let's check whether my PDP works properly or not. HD01, to create a new customer with your new PDP, you have to select account group which you just created, that is 1005. While selecting, to select new account group, you go to this overview screen. See here, next to account group description, name, you see this overview button. This is called overview button, sun and two mountains. Okay, click on that. You will get an option to identify, find your account group. Click on 1005. Okay, this is your new account group. Select this by double clicking it. Else you can directly select from this drop down if you know the account group. Okay, that is another way. Now, so I'm going to create a new customer number for this. I'm not copying from existing customer, but my org elements will be same. I don't enter customer number here because I have assigned account group to my PDP and my partner functions, and this account group will have a number range assigned, that is T1, which starts with 5 series. Now, if I successfully create a customer number, two things to observe immediately is it should generate a number with 5 series and it should automatically generate partner function. See, it is already picked. If it is not picking, means you don't see this internal text here. Now, so I'm not going to other details. I'm just saving the customer number. See here, I have created a customer number with 5000000 for company code 1005, sales area 1005050505. Now copy this number 5000000, right? And check if PDP is working properly or not. How to check? Go to HD02. This is the customer I have created now, 5000000. Enter. Go to partners tab. See here, same number is copied to all partner functions. That means whatever PDP I have configured now, the new partner determination procedure and prerequisites are working perfectly. So that is the conclusion. Okay.